As the world gears up to avoid the climate catastrophe by limiting global warming to 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius, more countries are putting carbon pricing at the center of their mitigation strategies. Yet, designing ways to put a price on carbon can be complicated and countries face multiple choices. With that being said, we will be referring to International Monetary Fund's chart of the week. This illustrates the expansion of carbon pricing schemes. So far, 46 countries are pricing emissions through carbon taxes or emission trading schemes known as ETS, and others are considering it. This illustrates carbon price choices available for different countries in regions across the world. As this demonstrates, we can see that most of the South American countries they are planning these carbon related policies or those policies are under consideration. However, both carbon taxes and emission trading schemes are in operation in most of the North American countries and even in the Europe as well. However, either carbon tax or emission trading schemes or ETSs are available in most of the regions of Asia and South America and some of the African regions as well. Globally, ETSs and carbon taxes cover 30% of emissions, with prices rising as high as $90 per ton in the European region. To limit global warming, coverage must expand while prices rise from a global average of $6 per ton of carbon dioxide today to $75 by 2030. Policymakers considering introducing or scaling up carbon pricing face multiple decisions when choosing among and within policy movements. These includes ease of implementation, price levels, competitiveness concerns, alignment with other mitigation instruments, and coordination across countries. Countries may choose different approaches based on their own circumstances and objectives. Here in this IMF chart of the week, they are discussing on another two aspects as well, known as taxes and carbon trading schemes or emission trading schemes. Carbon taxes have practical appeal as they provide certainty over future emission prices, helping encourage green investments and energy conservation. Carbon taxes could also be extended to broader emission sources. For example, methane emissions from extractive industries and in some cases, agriculture. On the other hand, emission trading schemes have appeal if policymakers prefer certainty over future emission levels. Further, given their significant complexity in design, implementation, and administration, many countries will find it challenging to develop emission trading schemes. Despite these differences, two approaches have much in common. Both operate on polluter pays principle, which efficiently encourages switching to more sustainable sources of energy and reducing emissions intensive activities. Another similarity is under both approaches, it's vital to ensure that the rise in carbon prices needed to tackle climate change is acceptable politically. Moreover, carbon pricing reforms can protect the poor while supporting economic growth. For an example, by using some of the revenues to compensate vulnerable households and the remainder for labor tax cuts or productive investments. Finally, with careful design, implementation, and coordination, economic costs of carbon pricing can be manageable. Indeed, for some countries, these costs are more than offset by domestic environmental core benefits, even before counting the global climate benefits. In conclusion, carbon pricing, in one form or another, is likely to be an essential element of migration strategies. As the world transitions to next net zero over the next 3 decades. With that, we'll be concluding the presentation. For more of this kind of videos and presentations, kindly Google Gayan Nayanajith. Thanks for watching.